Namaste Gurukulians. So today again we will do the remaining part of this chapter, that is your part 4 of the chapter Habitat of the Living. Actually just one topic is left from this chapter, that is aquatic plants and aquatic habitat, okay, in which we will discuss about aquatic plants and animals which can survive in water, under the water, and the adaptations which they follow because of which they are able to survive over there, right? So with this, our last topic I'll start, that is aquatic habitat, right? If you remember, before this I have discussed all the categories of terrestrial habitat, right? I have discussed about forest, grasslands, mountain regions, okay, these kind of terrestrial habitats with you all, and I hope you all are familiar with the categories of plants and animals that live inside these habitats and the adaptations which they are following because of which they are able to survive in such areas, right? The next category, the last part of the chapter, that is aquatic habitat, we are going to discuss today, right? Aquatic habitat means the habitat underwater, right? That means underwater there are some animals and the plants which can survive, okay? Now what are those animals and plants, okay? And what are the different two categories of the aquatic habitat as well, because there is a habitat which is made up of fresh water. For example, you can take the example of ponds, lakes, rivers, okay? They all contain fresh water, water of rain or water of mountain regions, okay, which is coming from the snow, etc. So that means they will consider as fresh water bodies, okay? So aquatic habitat is further of two types: freshwater bodies and the next is salty water bodies, which we will also call it as marine habitat. If you remember, we also call them marine habitat, right? So now freshwater bodies. What are the examples of freshwater bodies? These are ponds, lakes, and rivers, right? Next, what are the salty water bodies? Salty water bodies are, for example, oceans and seas, okay? Ocean and sea. Now, the next question is, what kind of plants and animals which survive in these habitats, okay? We will discuss about the plants and animals. Now, as you know, the plants, that is lotus, right? Water lily, W stands for water, L stands for lily. I am writing in short, water lily, or hyacinth and algae. These are the plants which survives in freshwater bodies. And next, animals. If you talk about animals, you must have observed the number of times duck, fish, smaller fishes, okay? Duck, fish, frog, then crocodile. They all live in freshwater bodies. You can find a number of fish, duck, frog, crocodiles over there. And the next, if you talk about salty water bodies, there you will find the animals and plants. Like if you talk about plants, that is, you can find hydrilla, okay, then seaweed, algae. These are the plants which you can find in salty water bodies. And if you talk about animals, these are a number of your favorite animals, aquatic animals: octopus, that is or you can say blue whale. Then the big shark, which you are amazed to see at, right? Sharks, jellyfishes, right? Tuna, or unicellular organism. Okay, so these are the plants and animals surviving in salty water bodies, right? The next, again, as we do in the previous categories also, about after discussing plants and animals, we used to discuss about their adaptation, after which our topic is complete. Okay, now adaptations which they follow in freshwater bodies and in salty water bodies to survive with. Okay, so let me discuss in detail the adaptations. I'm writing here adaptations. What could be the adaptation of the animals surviving in of the plants surviving in aquatic habitat? Okay, what they will have? Firstly, they should have the reduced roots. Now I am combining both of these categories, okay, both the plants of the aquatic habitat and both the animals of aquatic habitat. I'll discuss the adaptations in general, okay. So I'm writing here adaptations in general for all the plants and animals of aquatic habitat. Adaptations I'll discuss in two parts, that is for animals and for plants, right? If we talk about plants, we can say they are having reduced roots. First adaptation is their reduced roots. Now why reduced roots? Because the water is easily available to them. Already they are living inside water. Okay, so they don't need to go deeper into the water like as in case of soil. What the roots do? They need to have deeper roots so that they can go and search water deep inside the earth. But here, as water is easily available, so no need to have long roots or deep roots. So reduced roots is the first adaptation, right? First feature we can say. Next feature is the roots, stem or the leaves, they have air spaces. They have air spaces, and with the help of these air spaces, actually they can survive under water, and these air spaces helps them to float in water. We can write these air spaces helps them floating in water. Floating in water, right? Next, as you might have observed in case of hydrilla, right? What hydrilla has? Hydrilla has ribbon-like leaves. Ribbon-like leaves. What it helps them actually? It helps them again water, so that water can easily flow, and it avoids the leaves to get torn up. Okay, so that means tearing of leaves avoided. Tearing of leaves avoided when the water flows, because they are having ribbon-like leaves which can easily flow, okay, as water is flowing, okay, and the leaves are not getting tear up. And the next feature after this ribbon-like leaves, we have the waxy coating, okay. Most of the plants which are submerged underwater, they have waxy coating on their leaves. And what is the function of this waxy coating? This prevents the plants from rotting. Prevents the plants from rotting. right? So these are all adaptations of the plants in aquatic habitat. Now we are shifting to the animals adaptation. We have various adaptations related to the animals as well. For example, first, we can say that some plants, some animals, like we can take the example of fish, okay, they have fins, tail, streamlined body, and gills. So fish tail, streamlined body, all these features helps them actually in swimming, because of which they can swim easily under water. And the animals like fish, they have gills too. What is the function of gills? They use it for breathing, right? Because they don't have the nostrils, they don't have the lungs like us, so they use these gills for breathing purpose, right? Next, after this, you can take the example of octopus and jellyfish as well. They are also having streamlined body so that they can swim well under water, right? Next is whales and dolphins. If I talk about whales and dolphins, what kind of adaptations they follow? They have special kind of, we can say, nostrils or blowholes. We also call them blowholes, right? Whales and dolphins, they are actually like mammals, so they have nostrils and blowholes, we call them, which helps them to take in air when they are out of water, right? They come on the surface to take in air with the help of nostrils or blowholes, okay? So they are having lungs, because of which they can breathe after they take in air with the help of nostrils and blowholes present on the top of their head, okay? So this is how the adaptations of these fish, whales and dolphins helps them to survive under water. And in case of plants, there are the adaptations like reduced roots and these air spaces, or we can say ribbon-like leaves and the waxy coating. These are the features that helps them to survive under water, right? So here our aquatic habitat topic is complete. With this, here our chapter gets complete. After this video, you'll get the PDF over the website, which PDF will be containing your exercise and the question answers of this chapter. So you just need to write the question answers from the notebook into from the PDF into your notebook and send it to me in WhatsApp group for checking, okay? If any queries left, you can ask me in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Have a nice day.